Well, hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking back at Justin's MS250. He picked this up for his dad. If you missed the last video on it, we basically just done like what's called a tune-up on it, replaced everything back here with the fuel and air system, put a new plug in it and got her lit back off and sounding real nice. She does, she sounds good. Got all the compression little saw ever would have had. And if you're familiar with the 250s and some of the 025s, they were kind of like Stihl's little hot rod that a lot of people really don't realize is a hot rod. They've got some pretty killer timing numbers just right out of the gate, believe it or not. But what we're going to do today is he'd asked about maybe hopping it up a little bit. I have ported a few of these. They pick up decently, but for the work involved, I told him, you know, muffler mod and maybe a timing advance. Probably just start with the muffler mod on it and see where we're at, see how it acts in the wood, and kind of go from there. I need to pick up our nut out of the floor that I dropped. He was also curious of maybe what the piston and cylinder looked like through the exhaust port, so that gives us a good opportunity to get a look at that. But with the compression this thing has and as good as it sounds, I'd say she's going to look good. We're not going to do a crazy muffler mod. We're just going to open it up enough to where the saw will pick up a little bit of performance and run a little cooler, and kind of leave it at that. I know you guys can't get a real good look maybe right there, but that piston looks awesome. There's no scoring or anything on it. Inside of the muffler is not bad either, but what these mufflers have is they have a baffle that's right in here. It has holes in it, and then all it has to breathe out of up top is here. So what I usually do is I go in and drill that out bigger, and then I'll go in and punch a hole up through that baffle to where it's quite a bit bigger. In some cases I'll go in and cut most of the top of that out, and in turn what that does, the saw will run a little cooler. You know, you're getting the heat out, and you know, you pick up some performance from it. You know, we're doing a muffler mod, so that's where we're at. I'll get that done. And what little carbon's in that port, I can honestly probably go in with a rag and wipe it back out. He was a little concerned on, you know, how it may look, but it looks fine. Saw's got a lot of life left on it. So what we done is opened up the front of the muffler. I don't know if you can see, went in and opened up the top part of the baffle, and that'll let a lot of heat out, give it a little more pop. We'll get his deflector on. Normally I'll mod that deflector just a little bit, just so it can exit better, and it's a nice stealthy stock appearing muffler mod. Nice stealthy muffler mod. Didn't show what I've done to the deflector. I didn't do much, but hey guys, I can't give everything away. It was nothing serious, I promise you. We just opened up a couple of the fins a little bit. But I'll promise you this will help. If anything, the saw will run cooler, and usually they pick up 10% from a muffler mod. Some saws even more, depending on how bad they're choked down. I'm thinking we just run it there and see how it performs. Tuned in, it's got a fully adjustable carb on it. Next thing I've got to do is, I actually had this set up on mine, and I went to 3/8 low pro setup, which is what we're about to do here. This one has a 3/8 low pro setup, and he requested that I put a 325 drum on it, so that's going to be our next modification. Is real exciting stuff here. I could do a full-blown video on this clutch swap if I wanted to, but seems the MS250 modification videos do really well. I think it's got to do with a lot of people have these saws. He said he knew for a fact this one had been abused, run with a dull chain. You know, the person he bought it off of just crap oil in it, and they had put the 3/8 sprocket on it. How many teeth is that one? That one's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a rim sprocket set up to go on it. A little scrunch trick may not work on this one. Usually flip them right up out of there. At least spin that thing to where it's pointing down. Real exciting stuff. That one kind of tight. Bearing feels good and greased. It is. This one over here, that thing, we got a new bearing, we'll use it. That one felt good, but if we got the new one, may as well put the new one on. There's our rim. Should be a 3257, that's what it looks like. It's super tiny. That didn't look like it had been on it too long at all. If I can get the new bearing out of the baggie, we'll be looking up. I've got a little grease I'm going to go around and pack in it. Should be plenty. No sense in overdoing it. There, we're into place. Get our washer, clip. We're ready for 325 setup. That chain's not looking real great. I'm gonna throw it in the grinder. If you're out in the bush, you're out in the woods, out in the hills, your scrunch can be used for many things. That is one of them. I'm gonna get this chain ground. I don't know if I'll go over that or not. I've got a lot of videos on grounding chains. Guys, we got the first cutter done, and a good tip I'll give you if you're learning to grind is spend some time on that first cutter. Get the profile that you want. It ain't all about just the angles. Get to get in the profile on the chain that you want. Here lately on my grinds, I'm finding not a whole lot of hook, if it makes any sense, and a little more left on the gullet. Makes an awesome cutting chain. If you take it all the way to the tie strap, you're going to end up with something you may not like. Grinding's nothing like fouling. Oh no, you destroyed that. You took a lot off of it. Right there is exactly what I wanted. We've got, you know, quite a bit of gullet still left. Pretty good hook in it. It ain't way back under the top plate. This does look like it's a semi-chisel chain. That's a complete Forester bar end chain setup, which I do not like. I've gotten several Forester chains here. Usually out in the woods they fall like crap, or the ones I've had, but we'll see if I can't change my mind here once I get my grind on this. Do one more. I'll give you guys a look when we're done. I'm over here to the side. You guys are sitting normally where I'm sitting at. Really close to the grinder. You're actually closer than I would. Alright. Like a razor. You probably see it grabbing my finger there. But anyway, I'll run through this loop of chain, and I'll check the drags, and hopefully we see this guy throwing some chips 15 swipes, guys, just to put on the stock Oregon spec. Alright guys, remember our stealthy stock looking muffler mod. I know this is going to put a smile on his face when he hears of this. That is one snappy little saw. If you guys remember, I said these were kind of a factory hot rod. A lot of that has to do with they have really hot timing numbers, and they usually have really decent compression out of the gate. I don't know how squish is normally like 40 plus thousandths. Normally the numbers on these usually fall somewhere between 100, 120, and 80. Got some good sound wood here. Hopefully we don't have the chain set up too hungry. Let's lean it out some, try that again. Alright, I've leaned it out probably an eighth of a turn. See how she's sounding now. Chain's cutting good though. Boy, those are healthy little saws. Looked like the carburetor adjustment done it. It was just, she's four-stroking good out of the cut and clearing up in the cut. And that one's a runner, man. We'll check the restart. I'm sure it'll just bust back off. Sit and do the power saw dance all evening. I'd say you got a pretty good little saw, man. I think he'll, for a light duty firewood saw, limbing saw, I think it'll do just fine. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, or maybe it helped someone, I don't know. As always, y'all have a good one.